All right, we are back in business. What up, guys? What up? What up? Let me just get the chat over here. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the stream. Back with another Asian stream. First trading day of the week. Let me just see here. You guys will have to bear with me today. I was a little bit ill yesterday, so I'm still recovering. We're getting the coffee kicking in today. We got what news have we got today? Let me just see on the calendar. Where's Brisbane? Yeah. Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. What up, man? What's going on? So what do we have today? We have Got some AUD news. Not until 2:30 Brisbane time. And then we got tomorrow some USD PMI. So pretty clear for the day today. We'll be looking at gold futures there. Yeah, absolutely, man. I only trade gold futures. We'll only be trading futures only. Futures only session. That's all we're trading here. It's all we're trading. I'll still look at, if you guys want me to break down other instruments or whatever, we can always still look at them as well. But for me personally, yeah, I'll only be day trading gold futures. All right, let's do it. Let me just share this with you guys. Yeah. Let me just share my screen with the Zoom, guys. Cool. YouTube guys, drop a little like for the stream as well. So if we hit 10 likes, we'll start sharing the screen. Yo, Antonio, what's going on? Good. What's going on, Zoom guys? Good to have you guys back. Ready for another week. Ready to kickstart September, actually. It's the first trading day of September. First trading day. Hey, Mocky, what's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back. Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So bank holiday. Bank holiday in the US and Canada yesterday. So I haven't really looked at the charts at all. I had a quick look to see how the markets played out from our Sunday call. Kind of played out quite well actually. Pushed down nicely. Not that I would have traded on a bank holiday, but it did actually, gold push down. Yeah, almost 100 ticks from our level, which is nice. Potentially grabbing the lows. Yeah, I think you'll see a dip a little bit more. YouTube 10 likes. Look at that. Alexander, hello. What's going on, man? What up? All right, let me just. What time is it? 10 a.m. All right. Let's get started. Hello. What up? What up? So yeah, let's have a little look what's going on. I don't assume too much has happened since the Wednesday call. The Sunday call. Because it was that bank holiday yesterday. So obviously yesterday was pretty doji. Big doji candle, but did also grab some big highs. No wait, sorry, that's oh yes, the futures chart don't even have yesterday's candle. Let me do it. Let's have a look on the currency. So yeah, so Friday came up, wicked out all these highs. Yesterday came back for that retest that we had mentioned, and now we're kind of seeing that push back below. So you never know. You could see gold come back down to grab Friday's low potentially today. Let me just put the fan on. It's very hot in here. So yeah, so we got Friday's high up there, and we got Friday's low. So Friday was the liquidity grab. Yesterday was the retest. Beautiful sell-off from that level. If anyone did trade that from the Sunday call, that was a very nice move, like an $8,000 trade right there. I didn't even look at the markets yesterday, so we're still kind of pushing down here. So we're gonna have to see how this Asian session opens in like 2 minutes. We're gonna have this support down here, and if you break below that, then you could see gold have a nice drive back down into these regions. Or you never know. If this is going to be like a little head and shoulders, you may even come up and test this level one more time. It's possible. But the nice thing is this range is very big. This is a 70 tick range, which is amazing. Even this range in here is actually still quite nice. Actually, how many you got from here down? Yeah, still 40 tick range there as well. So let's just put this 5-minute chart. Let me go back to the 15 here on the futures. Let me clean up some of these levels a bit. So you kind of got some pretty strong resistance on the futures up there. You got some big support down there. Kind of like, let me just see, 15. Yeah, kind of looks like a nice level there actually. Had a little fake out there, resistance. So yeah, we've got the 15 trapped in this little range for now. The 30 range is nicer. 5-minute support. We're going to be bouncing into that soon right there. How many ticks is this range? This is 13. So I won't trade this range, but this is the first push now of this Asia opens. Let me just see the hourly close. So hourly has just closed pretty bearish, instantly pushing down. I think you're going to find some support from this region, which could give this a little retracement back higher. It's not worth trading, but yeah, you could see a little push back up from these levels. But let's see. It's the first, like I say, it's the first real trading day of the month actually. So it'll be interesting to see if we get some nice movement. And yeah, obviously I posted on the weekend, I posted the video on how to become a travel trader. You guys seem to like that one, so I hope you guys did enjoy that, and hopefully it opened your guys' eyes to the possibility of what's actually possible with traveling and trading. And you know, you don't actually need a huge amount of capital, you just need consistency. You can live in somewhere like Thailand and make like 2,000-3,000 a month and live a pretty good life. You just need that consistency. It's not hard to make 2,000-3,000 a month consistent. Sorry, not hard to make 2,000-3,000 a month. It's about doing it consistently. Just 5 minutes per having a little push. You got no top wick on this current 550 not out, so I think you're gonna find some support here. Can you please tell me why on the 50k account top step I can only trade a max 5 contracts? I used to only trading contracts. I'm on trading view, goes by units. Yeah, that units is contracts. But yeah, if you trade micro gold, the moves are going to be tiny. I would just trade normal, just trade the minis. But 5 contracts for a 50k account is more than enough. Like it won't restrict you at all. If I trade on a 150k account, I'm using about 10 contracts on gold. If you're trading something like Nasdaq, then on a 50k you shouldn't even really be trading any more than 1 on the minis. But yeah, the units up here. Where is it? I'm not logged in on my. But when you do it here, the units. Yeah, that's contracts. But I personally wouldn't trade the gold micros just because it will just move. It's just too small. Personally, for me, I think it moves too small. So like if I'm trading the gold futures, trading 10 contracts, if I catch longs for this move, that's 13 ticks, which is $1,300 for 10 contracts. So if you trade that with 5 contracts, then it'll be half of that, what, 750 or something. But then if you trade it on the micros, then it'd be what, like $75 or something even less. Not that there's anything wrong with trading, micros until you get confident with futures. But yeah, I personally would just trade not micros. You can trade micros maybe on like Nasdaq or something because they move a lot more volatile. It's not a bad idea, but for gold, because of the way it moves, I don't think you'll run into any issues. But yeah, I actually think starting with micros on like Nasdaq or the S&P is probably better than jumping straight into the minis, because they move a lot more volatile and a lot bigger moves. I'll definitely do mini. Yeah, good shout, man. Good shout. So Goldie is going to find some support here and probably have some sort of little retracement, but it's not going to be worthwhile. Probably come back up to maybe like there, possibly. I want to scalp that move. I want to see a nicer range than that. Excuse me. got that low down there. You make him grab them lows. Aaron, can you tell me how to learn trading? Right here, man. Sit right here on the streams. Sit right here on the streams. Watch me break down and trade the markets live, and that's all you need, man. You don't need anything else. You don't need to buy anyone's course. You don't need to buy anyone's signals. Tune into the streams for free. And that's all you need, man. Good morning, Aaron. Would Top Step be a safer option than MFF? Yeah, way safer, Robbie. MFF was just created by some random guy who wanted to get rich quick. Top Step is created by real ex-floor traders and has been around for over 10 years and operates out of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So they literally operate out of the futures exchange building, and they're regulated as well. My Forex funds was just a pure scam. And the thing is with Top Step as well, Top Step have zero, and I mean zero, control over any prices of any instrument or anything that you are trading. With my Forex funds is they had full control over manipulation, slippage, all of that. So, and I used to love, when I first started trading on FTMO, you were able to choose your own broker. And then, I'm not saying FTMO scam. FTMO is probably only one of the FX ones that I will recommend. But once they started introducing their own broker, this is when it started to run more into issues. Whereas with Top Step, you can choose whichever broker you want, and they have zero control over that. And you know, you're trading futures, which is a way more regulated market anyway, so they have zero control over this. These charts down here is the price of gold that's coming straight from the exchange. This price of gold is just a price that Oanda are giving me. Oanda could completely manipulate this at any second, and it doesn't actually happen on the price of gold. That's basically what my Forex funds were doing. So I hope they get a pretty harsh sentence, to be honest. Too many of these prop firm people who do these sort of scams get to walk away with, you know, like a little slap on the wrist, same as funding talent, and they don't deserve to. So yeah, Top Step is the best. Yeah, Top Step is the best, man. Top Step's been around for way longer than any other FX prop firm, and like I say, it's created by real ex-floor traders, not just some random kid in their bedroom that's looking to get rich quick off retail traders. Created by actual ex-floor traders, and it's futures, so it's way more regulated than Forex, which is good. It gives you confidence. But like with my Forex funds, it wasn't the issue that it was like, you know, demo accounts. It was the issues that they were literally trading against you, doing anything they can to stop you from making money, which is just insane. Trading futures like Nasdaq, Dow, ASX, volume comes all of a sudden at the market open. How do you find your setup or just trade momentum? I mean, you have to. If you trade the New York Open, you have to adjust to that. I personally don't trade New York Open. If I'm trading New York session, I won't trade for at least 15 minutes after the open. Does it matter what commodity you trade in the futures market? No, not at all, man. You can trade a whole heap. A huge amount. I'll show you. So you can trade, like I mainly just use it to trade gold. Yeah, you can trade silver. You can trade literally so many things. So you know, trade they just introduced the micros. You can trade copper. You can trade the bonds. You can trade oil, natural gas. You can still trade some currencies as well. Obviously trade Nasdaq, so the fact that you can even still trade currencies, like I know a lot of people have spent a lot of time learning how to trade Forex, but man, you can still trade currencies on the futures. You know, if you look at here, like Australian, that's just AUD USD. The British pound is just British pound against the US dollar. So yeah, things that happened on MFF would never happen on Top Step ever. It's impossible because they have, like I said, they have zero control over anything like that, which is the way that it should be. my forex fund shouldn't be able to have control over like your slippage, the price that you're seeing of gold. Like, it's just fucking crazy. Yeah, gold's just find a little bit of support here. 5 minutes broken below. I think you're gonna come and grab these lows one more time on Goldie. But yeah, it's not like people will be saying like it's the end of prop firms. It's not the end of prop firms. It's the end of bullshit prop firms, which is good. Like I say, FTMO is the only one that I have ever consistently traded on it, and FTMO in the currency world is the only one that I would say. In futures, like I'm trading purely top step. I'm only going to be trading top step. So I don't have any affiliation with any forex brokers, prop firms, anything at all. I have nothing to do with that industry anymore. And leaving the FX world before this my forex funds news even came in, kind of gave me a better peace of mind that I had made the best decision. I had traded on my forex funds once on a challenge. I never passed, but the slippage, yeah man, it was just crazy. I was doing it on a trade copier, and my forex funds would always be less than my other accounts. Every single time, it would always be less. And now we know why. Now we know why. But obviously, it's very disheartening for some people, you know, which I completely understand. It makes you almost doubt everything you're doing. And again, another reason why I have left FX. Any broker, although it's unlikely if you stick with a good FX broker, but even at any point, any brokers can easily do something like that to completely manipulate the price of gold to stop you out. On futures, the regulation is way too high that would literally never happen. A setup you could have taken. Robbie. I don't trade Oz 200. I don't trade it, man. So I couldn't give you a setup that I could have taken because I have no idea how it moves. Every instrument moves very different. So setup that I may use on gold will be completely different for Nasdaq. It'll be completely different for ASX. You have to fully study how it moves, and I have no idea how it moves. I've watched it like a handful of times, but I didn't really like it, to be honest. I prefer gold. Lose the dudes. What up, Dane? What up, man? I'm just going to see if gold. I'm just going to see how gold is going to react once we come and grab these lows down here. See if it's going to have a retracement. The hourly. So the hourlies, yeah, broke below, retested, push and lower. You haven't really liquidated any highs. So yeah, this is pretty big 4-hour support. So I think if we do get any retracements, we'll be looking to potentially buy gold back up into these regions. Which if you come down and grab some lows, is actually a pretty nice move. And you could be watching this 4-hour high to potentially get grabbed as well. So you came down, you waited for that lows, tried to push up, but still pushing back down. I think you need to come and grab some lows on gold, and then you could be looking for some retracements. It's kind of the plan of action today. So these highs up here, yeah, nice little stop and reverse there. Yeah, same as there on the 15, stop, reverse, engulf the previous. Very nice. Almost got you got a little double top there on the currency chart as well, which is nice. I think you may just come out and spike out this high here. Sorry, this low here. Grab that liquidity before having that push up. Which broker was manipulating? Well, my forex funds, but I mean, on these gold charts up here on the currency, any of these providers here can manipulate the price of gold at any second. Like Awanda, Forex.com, they're not giving you the real price of gold; they're giving you their price of gold. So there'll be many of times where we've come on the Awanda chart before, and there'll be a huge push up and then a huge push back down on the 1 minute, and on the 15 it'll be a massive wick, a massive manipulative wick. Then you go on a different chart and it won't be there, and that's because Awanda have caused that. And this is why if you look at the futures prices of gold, them things will never happen unless there was a huge push on gold that actually happened. There's a little gap down there, Goldie. 15. So 15 is just, this is the first 15 close on gold. We've closed bearish, but we're still leaving a pretty big wick. It's 5 minutes creeping down. Wow, that's nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, like, so if you look here, none of these are prices of actual gold. This is just coming from Oanda. Oanda's just a broker. Forexcom. These are all just coming from like ACAP, for example. Whereas these prices down here are coming from the actual exchange. But yeah, you'll see it loads of times. I've seen it so many times, where you just see huge spikes on these Oanda charts, and then if you change the currency to like Forexcom, it literally wouldn't even be there. I can't remember the last time it happened. It wasn't even that long ago, but it was on an Oanda chart. There was an insane spike. Then you go on a different chart and it's just not there. It's because they're able to manipulate the price that we're seeing here. Let me just see. Let me just move Discord over here. So I'm just going to see how this 30 is reacting around the support, so we can see some volume today, hopefully. Let me just go in this. Let me see if I can find that Oanda chart, because I know we sent it in the community at some point. Yeah, here it is. Wait, is that it? No, that was back in. No, it was a while ago. It wasn't that long ago. No, I guess I didn't save it. I thought I'd saved it somewhere. I guess not. So 15 still kind of pushing down here, but there's no. Oh, there you go, coming to grab these lows. Nice. We just left a little double bottom there. So the futures charts have almost liquidated this low, and the currency charts nowhere near it, which is good. I think we're going to spike out that support one more time. So you just had a tiny little bounce there, but I still think the currency chart's gonna manipulate down a little bit more, which is, yeah, it's only 7 pips, not really worth trading. But look at that wick on that 15 now. So you can finding that 30 support. If you see a nice strong push, you know, you can and break back above that level, you could consider longs. But I think you're gonna push down a little bit more. So you can only really look for longs once you close back above this level. Oh shit. But I'll be very surprised if you don't actually come in and wick out these lows more. Which I would be open to selling into, but I don't think there's any range where it's worth it just yet. Because if you short it now, you've only got, what, like 7 ticks into that lows, and stop's going to be pretty huge. So well, that's nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. Pretty crazy. A lot of dodgy stuff goes on in the FX world. If I had to use an FX broker, I would use IC Markets or Blueberry Markets. And they're pretty much the only two I'd really use, to be honest. Other than that, I'd be very careful. Same as prop firms. FTMO is probably the only FX prop firm that I would actually say to use. I know some other guys have like started up their own prop firms. I have no experience with them, so I can't say if they're bad. The only other prop firms I have had experience with, other than FTMO, every time it's been poor. So I don't trade on any FX prop firms whatsoever. How did you find that level? It's just support and resistance, man. Look, support, break, didn't test with, broke above, support. So just a pretty key level. Same here on the 30 as well. It's big 30 support here. What's the best to trade when working a 9 to 5? Sam, it depends where you're from, to be honest, man. It depends where you're from. If you're from like somewhere in the UK, like Europe, then it's very difficult to day trade. Actually, Marcus, then my account. It depends. So I know in Australia they have limited the leverage, so it may be because of the country where you're registered from. If you would want to use another one, then I would use what's it called? Here. I spelled it wrong. Here you go. But if they've limited the leverage, it could be registered in Australia. Yeah. So Australia had loads of crazy restrictions where no one is allowed to open or trade with any more than 1 to 30 leverage. So it's just an Australian regulation thing, unfortunately. So yeah, that'll be why. But you can use other ones. But yeah, unfortunately, you're gonna get that with like any broker you use really. When you put, as soon as you put, yes, they are. Yeah, they're a broker. But as soon as you put Australia, they're gonna instantly go to 1 to 30 leverage. But yeah, Sam, the best way to trade when you know working a 9 to 5, if you're like based in Europe or the UK or something, is focus on swing trading. If you're based in Australia, then you got it pretty easy because you can trade. You can still work a day job, but you don't even have to jump on the charts until like what 4, 5 o'clock PM. If you don't get home till like 6, 7, then you just trade the New York session. But for me, when I was living in the UK trying to day trade, and in the UK it's like almost impossible because you're working at literally 9 to 5, which is the prime time. I would just focus on swing trading. I'd focus on swing trading a lot more. Swing trading will give you the freedom to not have to watch every single candle closure. Swing some positions, get consistent with swing trading, and then once you're able to taper down working hours, then you can focus on maybe day trading a little bit more. But if you're here in Australia, you guys have it pretty good because you can, like I said, you can literally work a day job and still trade in the evening. When you learn trading, let me just see what gold's doing. So we're just grabbing the previous 15-minute high here on gold. The 30 now has a top wick, which we needed to create. I'm not sure. You would have to try. I have a feeling it won't. But I would double check. I have a feeling it won't. Probably one of the only ones where it actually won't. So I didn't really platform Top Step, Tradeovate and Ninja Trader. Ninja Trader is probably going to be the most easiest for people to use and set up. Ninja Trader is super simple to use. Quant Tower is good as well, but for me, Ninja Trader is just, I just find it way easier, and I actually kind of like the platform as well. Did you learn from? No, so I didn't learn from books. I just learned from lots of different people, done many of different courses, trying to find my own style. The only kind of books I would read in trading is like psychology books. I wouldn't read technical analysis books personally. I mean, I haven't read any where I think they're good. I think trading books is just good to learn psychology. But I just studied loads of different courses, tried to find out what worked, what didn't, but more so what suited my style. NinjaTrader you can't use on Mac, so I've had to buy a separate PC. You know, I just bought like a little cheap PC, gaming PC, just to run NinjaTrader, because you can't get NinjaTrader on Mac. But I haven't got many updates to yet, but Top Step are working on getting back another broker so you guys can trade directly on TradingView. So they're still working towards getting that back because they know how many people love trading on TradingView. So hopefully they do get that back. They just want to make sure it's like perfect before they start introducing something like TradeAvate again. So just by trading support and resistance and creating a strategy around it, make trade it properly. So no complex algorithm. I mean, yeah, Roy, that's pretty much like how the markets move. The markets pretty much just move based off, you know, support and resistance, pretty much. Just different types. So there's 15 shaping up. 15's come up, re-grab the previous 15, so you may push back down into these lows. There's just the range is just a bit too small here for me to want to trade it just yet. You know, I'll start trading Combine, but I need to select a platform. Yeah, so what other ones can you get? If you're on PC, I think NinjaTrader is probably going to be the easiest. If you trade on Mac computer, so if you're trading on Mac, you can use Motive Wave, Bookmap, or the web version of T4. Wait, you can't. So yeah, it depends on which one you trade for. If you're trading on PC, I would use I'd use NinjaTrader or Quant Tower, which is, you know, under Rhythmic. But I would if you just have a Mac, I personally would wait until they get TradingView back. But NinjaTrader's I prefer NinjaTrader to TradeAvate now. It's really good to use. They stop loss of 3,150k before it account resets. If I hit that, is there a total max losses I can have on one account in a month before they close it? No. Just don't hit the max loss limit. If you hit the max loss limit, then you can just pay for a reset to go again. If you're just going to like a little losing streak or whatever, you don't have to rebuy the challenge all over again. But as long as the losses aren't, you know, breaking any rules, and yeah, you could literally take as many as you wanted. But the good thing about Top Step is if you do break a rule for whatever reason, which is totally normal, you don't have to go pay for a whole challenge all over again. You can just pay for a reset fee. Get a reset, amazing. You know, you could be trading again by the end of the week. They're pretty bad. Let me have a look. I used them. Yeah, I haven't used them in a while. I used them a long time ago. Let me see. Let me have a look. One of my other friends used to use them as well. I think it's more so because you'll be able to use, let me see, bigger leverage. Oh yeah, they don't have actually, maybe not. Wait, that's Australia Interest Pilot. I had a friend who used to trade them for quite a while. Why am I getting Australian? Yeah, maybe see what they are, but it's almost going to be impossible to get more than that being anywhere in Australia unless you trade on like a funded account. Alright, so it's 5 minutes. We're coming into the last 40 seconds of this 15. 15 is about to close. Very, very doji. I still think you're going to see gold spike down here, but there's not a whole heap of volume just yet. Does Ethereum trading course go over scalping, day trading, and swing trading? Yeah, absolutely, Stefan. Yeah. So it's funny because we've kind of gone full transition. You know, we started off just swing trading, and then during COVID times, that's when we've kind of adapted a lot more into day trading. So obviously you have full access to absolutely everything from the previous trade breakdowns to the course videos, as well as I'll be able to help you transition into whichever one you want to do. I personally I'm loving day trading at the minute, but I started off swing trading, and swing trading was what was allowed me to move into day trading. But it's cool being able to say that I've kind of transitioned through both and kind of given both a try. 2,000 is the daily max loss, but is there a max loss limit I can have in the account? Yeah, so for 150 it'll be 4,500. Alright, so 15 is just wicked out the high. 30 closed bearish. You probably see this 30 flip down in a second, but again, the range is just too small for me to want to trade this. But you'll probably see this 30 flip bearish, I reckon. OctaFX. Yeah, I never even heard of them. Yeah, it's difficult, it's very difficult in Australia trading FX. 149 activation plus monthly fee for a challenge. Yeah, so you only pay the activation fee only once you pass everything. If you don't pass, obviously you don't pay it. And then also when you become funded, you stop paying any monthly fees. They all stop once you get funded. But I think the activation fee is actually less now. I think it's based off the account. Maybe that's for the resets. But yeah, the activation fees is because on futures you need a lot more data than FX. So even if you trade like a personal futures account, you have to subscribe to a lot more data. So that's what that's for. But like I say, if you don't pass, then obviously you don't pay it yet. And then when you do pass, you stop paying the subscription. You get your first payout, you get a refund for the previous month as well. And then yeah, you pay the activation fee, and then you're ready to go. And then if you do fail, for whatever reason, you don't pay the activation fee every single time you then do a new account. Once you paid it once, that's you. I can't stop these creep. Yeah, I've seen that dude's got his own prop firm now as well. I've seen them ads been coming up recently. Might be long on GJ soon. Oh, let me have a look, man. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's kind of already had a little push up. Spiking out some lows. Yeah, clean these up. Yeah, you got pretty big resistance, like right above that, like probably like 185.3. Yeah, straight into resistance, which could still be worth it. But you're also kind of grabbing some highs at the minute and struggling quite a bit. Haven't actually closed above this resistance yet. No bottom wick on this 15 either. Yeah, you'd have to be taking profit right there. So it's a pretty tight range. I mean, longs from down here would have been lovely. Look at that huge wick. Grabbing all the lows, break back above. Longs from here would have been lovely. Oh, Gold, you're getting some volume here. I'm going to get a closure back above. Let's see. This 30 has no... actually kind of does actually on the currency. Yeah, should we get a strong close? Yeah. Using your link register to get 70% off. That's basically free. No, so that's for so when it used to be So like the 50k account was previously like 150, I believe, something like that. But now the sales are still ongoing. Yeah, no, so previously 150 was like 165, but at the minute you can pick it up for 49, which is pretty crazy to pick up a 50k account for $50. Gold pushing down to 1935. Is that on the currency chart? I think so. Yeah, it's very, very, very possible. 1935. So yeah, it's actually kind of the nice level I've got on there as well, man. There's a nice support level, and then you've also got Friday's low down there as well. But I think you need to come and retrace more of this before you're going to see that push down. We're at pretty big hourly support and resistance right now. So at any point, if we can see some bounces higher, amazing. We'll scalp some longs up, and then later on, you could be looking for this to come down and yeah, come down and grab some lows. I would just love to see gold retrace some of this first. 5 minutes just closed back above this support level. So this resistance broke back above, come back down, test that support, but there's not a lot of volume yet. I need to see more volume. Because the 30 still, 30 still broken below. You just come up, you just re-grab the previous 30 high. But this 5 minute is very choppy. But as soon as we do break out, yeah, I think we could either see gold. If it's going to have a retracement, it's going to retrace high. If you hover below this level, then yeah, you could easily see this come back down and have a pretty steep drive. If the range was worth it, I would short this 30 flip, but it's just not worth it. Because stops could probably have to be somewhere up here. And you'd have to be, you got to be break even at like this low here, which is like only 5 ticks, so it's just way too small. You could scalp a little move, but it's not worth it yet. I want to see clean levels. Look at this 15 wick now, 30 wick as well. So this is a big top wick on this 30 for this 30 to flip bearish. And once you do come and grab this little double bottom on the futures, if you grab this and start to push high, then amazing. That's the nice liquidity grab. Yeah, so it's kind of like the first real trading day of the month, this month. So I'm hoping we do see some volume today. It means I need to create a new sheet on the journal. Let's do that. And also wait for Goldie. How's this 5 looking? Yeah, 5 looking a little bit choppy here for now, which is fine. August, September. Alright, let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Ah, fuck. No. Stop that. Okay. We'll get a new journal going for this month. Fresh month. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Cool. Is that working? Wait, let me see. There you go. Cool. Cool. Alright, we've got a fresh sheet ready for September. So we're taking no trades in September yet, so it's going to be interesting to see how this September goes. We'll keep track of every trade we take as always. And yeah, see how we go. What was the biggest loss? Biggest loss we took on in August was 4 ticks minus $400. Biggest loss in July was 15. Biggest loss in June was like 7. So we'll see how September goes. But it's looking to be, we're looking to have a pretty good month. You know, we're into the winter months. We got August out the way. 100% agree with that, Alice. Thank you, Matt. Did you create that journal sheet or purchase? I just created it. I saw some people that had some other ones and just kind of took the main parts out of it that all I really needed. One thing I'm kind of trying to do more, which I had been forgetting to do in the past, which I think is super valuable, is writing down like the max risk to reward and like the max ticks that my trades run into, just so I can kind of start to work out, you know, my averages, if I'm closing a bit too early. Like I closed this trade at break even, and it ran into like a 1 to 10 risk to reward. But then here, this trade I secured at 20 ticks. It hit like only 2 more, so great management again. All of these are good. 16, you know, possibly closed a bit too early, ran into 15. So, you know, how could I have changed something there? Yeah, could have trailed there. Could have trailed there, so I shorted there. TP'd there, could have trailed way more there. So yeah, I think, you know, writing down the max risk reward that your trade runs into and the max tick that it runs into is pretty important. So I did it for every trade this month. Last month. But previously I had been a little bit slack on it. But yeah, I need to start doing it more. But trailing our trades is something that we've been testing a lot, which helps us helps our positions run pretty well. Yeah, futures was closed yesterday, man. Yeah, futures was closed. So when did it close? Let me see. Well, did it still move actually? So the futures market, yeah, still moved, but actually taking a trade was closed. I'm pretty sure it's back open. Let me double check before we even do this actually. Let me see here. So on this account, it was 2,000. Let me see. There you go. Yeah, cool. Yeah, you're back open. You're back open. Look at this 5 minutes. 5 minutes chopping here on gold. 5 minutes chopping. Need some volume. Bring in some volume today, gold. Hit that like button. I thought it was here. Only, yeah. Get them likes in. Get them likes in. We could have a look at that 30. This 30 is actually looking even nicer now. Look at that. You've come up. You've whipped out the previous 30 high. If this 30 flips bearish, you may see a drive. My only concern with shorting this 30 flip and having like a sell stop is just I don't know, the range to the downside is very tight. But I mean, your stop loss is only gonna be, so you'd have a sell stop if the 30 flips bearish. You'd have a sell stop at like what? Like 1962.7. You're getting in with like an 8 tick stop loss. But you have to be break even, like, oh yeah, 1 tick is too. The range is just too tight. No, so you actually have it like what there? Yeah, so your entry would be at like 1962.8. But yeah, the range is just a bit too small. The data feed ran away, yeah, multiple likes. Yeah, more likes means more volume on gold as well. The more likes we get, the more gold's gonna move. Good morning from Thailand. Good morning, man. Good morning. I just booked a little trip. I'm going to I'm gonna go to Vietnam in November, which will be pretty fun. I'm excited for that. My first time going over to Vietnam, which will be good. How do we got to this 30? So it's 30's still got 30's still got 15 minutes to flip, which is plenty of time. But look at this 5 minute. Yes, I'll be going to Vietnam in November, and then we'll be going to Bali in May. In May time for the next retreat. We'll be going to Bali, which is going to be good. So lots of travel planned. Look at this 30. How's this hourly looking actually? Yeah, hourly's just wicked off that support. Sounds good. Have a nice trip. Thank you, man. I will do. Thank you. I'll try and do some. I'll still be streaming, trading as always. I'll try and do some day in the life vlogging, trading in Vietnam as well. But yeah, I was gonna do the retreat in Thailand again, but I've been to Thailand quite a few times and I kind of wanted to explore somewhere different. So I thought we'll go do Bali this year. I've never been to Bali. It looks like a nice place though. But yeah, I'm going to Vietnam to catch up with 2 of the guys in the community who are taking the leap into full-time travel and trading. So I said I'll go spend a week with them whilst they're on their adventures, which would be cool. So I'll try and get them to jump on the stream and kind of share a little bit about their journey, stuff like that. I think it's pretty incredible to see people taking the same route that I did. One of the guys was funded on my Forex funds, which is a bit of a shame, but I'll help him get another one. A bit of a shame to, like a month before he's taken the leap into full-time travel and trading, to lose that my Forex funds account. But it's all part of the journey. Catch up with Lorenzo Corrado. I'm not sure who that is. I'll have a look. Look at this 30. Is this 30 going to close it back above the range? 5 minutes, got no real bottom wick. Let me see who that is. Yeah, I don't know if there's I haven't really seen many traders in Bali. I don't know if there is. Maybe probably is. What time do you plan on stopping in Asia? We'll be on for another hour and 15, man. Another hour and 15. How's the market? It's gold's quiet for now, man, but we're almost coming up into that 11 AM Brisbane time, which is our prime hour. So depending on how this hourly closes, if we get this volume continuing, yeah, we could see a trade. If we can get retracements on gold back up into these highs, and this 15 closes back above, then from here to here is 13 ticks high, so you take that. But so far, Angel, it's only the first day of the month now. So if you're busy and stuff like that, man, I'd enjoy a day. If not, yeah, I'll still be sticking around for the next hour and 15. If we take a trade, then I'll stick around for a little bit longer. Jamal, what's going on, man? What up? Living in Brisbane, what nights do you trade in New York? So I actually live in the Sunshine Coast now, but I only trade New York if I don't get a trade in Asia or London. If I get a 15-20 tick scalp on gold in Asia and London, which we might get today, then I don't even trade New York. I couldn't care less about New York. I make if I catch 20 ticks, it's $2,000. I need to catch one of them 2-3 times a week, and I'm chilling. But if I don't, or there's news in the US session, I do want to watch the news. I'll trade pre-New York, which is at about like 9 p.m. Brisbane time. And you know, I'll trade pre-New York for like maybe an hour. If I don't get a trade pre-New York, then I'll wait for the New York Open, and then I'll probably trade like 15 minutes after the New York Open for maybe like an hour max. The latest I ever stay up is like 1 a.m. But in August, I didn't trade New York at all. Obviously, it was August, so I took some time off to kind of refresh. Yeah, if ever I don't get a trade in London or pre-New York, I'll trade the New York Open for like an hour max. I took a trade last Friday? No, the Friday before that. And that was the first. That was the first trade that I have taken in. No, so Friday the 1st September. Yeah, that was last Friday. That was the first New York trade I'd taken in a while. So I'll take a little scalps. It's more volatile, so I can kind of be in and out pretty quick. But yeah, London for me is probably my favourite. London's my favourite. Do you do Zoom calls for your community? Yeah, so we do these Asian sessions twice a week, and then I do London every single day. We do the London session every day for at least 2 hours. So, actually, no, some of the, I was about to say, all of the trades here we take on stream, but these ones, some of these in August, I just took on my own. But in July, all of these that are London, every single one of these is trades that we've taken live on stream. Same here. Every single one is trades we take on Zoom. The ones on YouTube and the ones on Zoom every day. And at some point, I'll probably start doing maybe like pre-New York market calls, something like this, like a quick 10-15 minute video, just kind of breaking down levels for New York session for the guys who do want to trade it. But for me, my focus is just gold futures in the London session, and we did pretty well just doing that, really. Which is kind of good for me being here in Australia. I don't really want to stay up till like 1, 2, 3 a.m. every single night. Which, you know, I easily could, but it's like I just don't really want to. Thank you, Robbie, man. Thank you. At least some traders are getting there. Yeah. Possible, Robbie. People making way more than that. People making way more than me. Way more than me. We're getting there, man. Will you do any local meetups in the future? Yeah, I do all the time, man. All the time. If anyone's ever in my area or the same place as me and you want to meet up for a coffee or some lunch, man, just send me a message on Instagram, man. I'm always going out, meeting new people, stuff like that. Absolutely. I'm not like some sort of influencer or some shit. I'm just a normal dude. Yeah, if you want to go grab a coffee or a beer sometime, and I'm in the same area as you, absolutely. Just drop me a message on Instagram. I've done that a few times with some guys. It's always good just to catch up with, you know, other people who are involved in the markets or getting into the market, stuff like that. Just meeting other people. Absolutely. I came to some of like my good friends here in Australia now. I've all met through like trading and stuff, so which is pretty cool. Should I get out now? Currently up 2,300. Took the entry at 1945. Wait. Oh, wait. I took an entry at 1945. Yes. Is that on the currency? Wait. Yeah, currency. Yes, you're in a currency. So you got your entry at 1945.510. Yeah, I would, man. I would definitely take some partials. So that's a very good entry as well, man. 1945.510. So 1945.510. So you got a fucking great entry, man. You got a very good entry. 1945.510. Yeah, definitely. So what you're currently sitting around like, yeah, you're like 80 ticks as well off that level. That's a great entry, Casey. Yeah, man. Take some partials and yeah, kind of maybe leave a little runner. But take like at least like 80 to 90% of your position. Because because you're hitting like lows of like 80 ticks, which is amazing. That's a very good entry, man. That's a very good trade. So you're currently up like 2,300. Yeah, that's a great trade, man. Very good trade. You scale that up, man. You take that trade with 10 contracts. Booming. Booming, booming. Very good trade, man. Very, very good trade. That was the level that I was watching as well. I didn't take it in trade yesterday, but yeah, that level was beautiful. But yeah, great trade, crazy man. Good shit. Very good shit. Take some partials. Leave a little runner. And use that runner as an anchor to take positions later on risk-free. So that's all we'll use that for. All 5 minutes closing back above, retest and pushing higher. Get some good, actually getting some good volume here now. We're gonna get this Audi close in 5 minutes, and if we close like this 5 minutes looking really nice. You know, you close back above, you just got that bottom wick, re-breaking the highs. If the 15-minute closes nice and strong here, this next hour in this Asian session could be good. We say make more of the best, some more than 6K a week as a retail trader. Far out. Yeah, well, I mean, Robert, I don't make like 6,000 consistently every single week. You know, not at all. Like, you know, if you look at like the journal, and I mean, I'm way less than this because I was trading on the top step, but like in June we caught like 134 ticks. In July, 137 ticks. And then in August, 61. So you relate that to like 10 contracts, 6,000, 13,000, June, 13,000. And that's just trading 10 contracts. You got some people out there that are trading 100 contracts. So trading 100 contracts, it's like 130,000 in June. In July, 130,000. In August, 60,000. So, I mean, I'm only trading 10 contracts. It's not that big on gold. People take way bigger size on gold. If you trade 10 contracts on like now, it's going to be way bigger. But yeah. We'll definitely make a trip or something. Yeah, absolutely, man. Drop me a message on Instagram or something. Sunny Coast is amazing. We're getting some nice pushes here now. Let me just see how this Audi's going to be looking here. I think we're going to get a pretty nice close. Yeah, this Audi's going to be... see, the only thing is... but we're getting some good volume. The only thing is you do have massive Audi resistance right there. But this Audi has come down, you know, wicked out. Not really grabbed these lows, but still respecting the support. Grabbing the previous Audi high. And, you know, pushing up. Well, that's actually not that much of a push. It's only... yeah, it's less than 10 ticks. But let's see. If we get a nice close and we can get a nice quick risk reward scalp, amazing, we'll take it. But this is the first sign of volume we've had all morning, which is great. This is what we want to see. If we do get some longs, you know, we'll be looking to target these highs, because this is a level where, you know, any retail trader who's short, either from here, they're all gonna have their stops either just above this high or just above here. So at any point, I want to be looking for this long opportunity to come and grab this liquidity. And you've also got the same down here as well, so it's kind of a matter of which level are we going to grab first. Are we going to grab the highs and then grab the lows, or are we going to grab the lows and then grab the highs? Well, the hourly close here in like 2 minutes is going to be the decider. Let me just get rid of that dollar sign. It's pretty annoying, but we know. But we've got some nice levels to target. We're getting some good ranges here in Asia, which is what we want to see. Let's just see how this is going to close in like 1 minute here, because on gold, can look bullish and it can change in 30 seconds. How has Australia been for you, Aaron? It's been amazing. It's been amazing, man. It's been amazing. It's actually been like... it's been 1 year already since I made the move here, which is crazy. It's been a year since I've been living in Australia. But it's been amazing. I love Australia, man. I just love the lifestyle here. It's the perfect environment for being a trader, or... I mean, just anything. Like, the weather's so good, like almost... I mean, up here in Sunny Coast anyway, it's good like almost every day. But the lifestyle's good up here. It's more chilled. People are friendlier, more outgoing. It's not all just about back in the UK, which is like work. Your whole life is work. There's a lot more to do. You know, it's not the cheapest of places to live, but you know, it is a nice place to live. Oh, you motherfucker! I just spilled coffee. Oh no. Oh shit. Just expensive though for living. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, like I say, it's not the cheapest place to live. But I feel like, for me personally, I think it's worth it. I mean, it's not like super expensive. I mean, you could like rent like what? You could probably rent a nice apartment in Sunshine Coast. It depends what you do for work. There's not gonna be a whole heap up here, but you could probably rent a nice apartment in Sunshine Coast for maybe like 700 to 800 a week or something. I don't know. That's dollars as well. Sorry, Australian dollars as well. All right, we have just had this hourly close. Let me just have a look at on the currency chart, see what's going on here. So the hourly has just closed it's closed bullish, but it's also closed doji. We're having this instant push down, and I think you were going to retrace more of this, which is oh man, is there such a tight range? Oh yeah, fuck, I'm way too zoomed in here. I was like, why is this such a small move? Because I think this hourly is going to come up and grab the previous high and drive more into these regions. And I was like, looking at this, I was like, why is this only literally like 4 ticks into the highs? And you zoom out, it's like it's doing absolutely nothing. Like it's just such a small range. But still, you know, it doesn't mean we can't trade the breakout. If you start to get some rejections from down here, what do we still have? Like 2 or 13 ticks into them highs. So the hourly's closed bullish, trading above this level. If you come back up and re-break this hourly high, then we can see this push. I'll consider it. It's a very tight range, but it's not bad. I will wait for it to re-break this high though. I'm not going to take any retest entries in this range. I will wait for it to re-break its own high. Because the 30 on the futures chart is gap down, instant bottom wick. So if this 15 can reflip bullish, you know, you could be in for a nice little trade. I don't think it's going to be an easy, clean drive up. Depends if you get a spike in volume. So yeah, 5 minutes already kind of starting to flip bullish. I have no orders in just yet. You'd be looking for something like that. Long NQ. That's why I'll take a look at NQ in a second. Look like I'm missing Mexico. Might have to move there. Yeah, nice hunter. Yeah, I've never been to Mexico. I'd like to go to Mexico. I've never been though. Yeah, I'd like to go to Mexico. Seems like I've got. What's the times like in Mexico? I have no orders in here, by the way, guys. I'm just watching. I assume it's what, pretty similar to US or something. So 7 p.m. Yeah. GMT -6. Yeah, not bad. Maybe we'll do the trading retreat next time in Mexico or something. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, look at that gold still spiking down. This is why if I'm gonna take it long, I'm gonna wait for it to break its own high. Let me just see. So the 30, because we do still have this double bottom down here, but I just think you need to retrace some of this move first. Now behind Houston, yeah, nice. So you're wicking out these lows. 15 minutes coming down. The reason if I do get in this long, I'm not gonna have stops all the way down here, because if you come anywhere near that low, then you're gonna drive all the way back down into here, and I would just rather, you know, flip the bias and go short. Even if this 5 minute closes back below here, you never know. You may have to flip the bias and look for some shorts down. But that's the beauty of waiting for it to break its own high. If it doesn't re-break its own high, then you just kind of sit out and observe, which is kind of what we're doing right now. Probably have to miss out on London if the retreat was in Mexico, since it'll be at 1 AM. Yeah, I wouldn't really mind too much, to be honest, man. It would give us a change, you know, switch it up a little bit, and then I guess then you could trade New York like first thing in the morning, and then go enjoy the rest of the day and like go explore some places together. I think that could be pretty cool. There's 5 minutes pushing down. It looks like it's a big push, but it's only 6 ticks, so it's not doing too much just yet. We're still pretty choppy here. If you do close below here, the next level is going to be down there. Because you haven't flipped, I think this could be a retail trap to be looking to do something like this. Oh shit. Stops below that low. The more you kind of tease around this low, the more likely you may see a spike into that. Oh yeah, someone's trading NQ. Let's have a look. Pretty solid push down. I think on the hourly, probably. I mean, I would never really trade NQ in Asia, but I think you probably see it dip a little bit more. Hourly just closed very bearish. I see a pretty strong push for Asia. Yeah, it's a pretty strong push. But yeah, you may just retrace up a little bit, but I think you'll see this drive low. You're going to got a little double bottom there as well. Double bottom to come and grab. Just trading small range, yeah, good man, yeah. You probably catch a little retracement, move back up into these highs. But overall, you probably see a drive lower. So 5 minute broke back below, currently retesting, re-break, re-pushing lower. Can't jump in shorts, like I say, the range is just too small. It's not worth my risk. But we're starting to see some volume. We just want to see that volume continue. You know, right now we are in our kind of perfect time frame window in Asia, which is, you know, always the 2 to 3 a.m. London and the 9 to 10 p.m. New York, and it's 10 a.m. in Tokyo right now. That's 5 minutes pushing lower. Let me just have a look at the futures chart for a second, see what's kind of going on here. You know, we're in this very, very tight range. Yeah, the thing is, whether we get Asia, we'll have to see. The more that you kind of come and grab some lows, the more you could easily see this just completely push back up into these regions later on. This is a pretty strong level. You know, from here, you come down and grab this double bottom, you could easily see gold just creep its way all the way back up to this kind of big head and shoulders as well. Like, all the way back up here. Which, you know, from down here, if you, I still think you need to come and spike some lows, but if you come and spike some lows all the way back up into that is a big, big move. Like I say, whether that comes in Asia, I doubt it, but it could still, you know, we could still hedge some positions, build some anchors before that move even comes in. Yeah, I do. If you're gonna see a move like that, you're gonna need to come and grab these lows. Come and grab this liquidity because we don't have a whole heap right now. So London could be pretty active today. London may be active. But yeah, guys, feel free to shoot over any questions. Also, kind of wait for a trade here on gold. I just want to see more from this range. As soon as we get some breakouts of this range, you know, we can start looking for some trades. But for time being, we're just gonna wait. We ain't gonna force anything in this little range. We need some more volume in this. Let me just grab a tissue. 2 seconds. Yeah, I am keen for these winter months. These winter months are going to be good. August was so quiet, as always. But now we're coming into these winter months. This is kind of like, this is the prime times. So the Owlie's kind of waking up there. I don't really want to jump in any longs. So what's the date today? The 5th. UK services PMI. Interesting. Bank of Canada rate decision tomorrow. You trade New York session. Only if I don't get a trade in Asia or London, yeah. If I don't get a trade in Asia or London and there's news maybe in the US session, then yeah, I'll watch it. I'll consider some scalps. But my main focus is mainly London, to be honest. Asia I just do twice a week to see if we get some volume, which you do actually get some good positions. We have some great positions in Asia in July. I think we have some great positions. But yeah, I'll only trade New York, like I say, if I don't get any. If I don't get a scalp in London, which you know we typically do when there's good volume, then yeah, I'll watch a bit of New York, and you know if I'm trading New York, then I'll also be watching it like the Nasdaq. I'll be watching the Dow, the Russell, yes, a little bit of gold, but I personally just prefer to trade gold in London. Okay, how are you? I'm good, thank you, man. I'm good. What is the spread on Top Step futures? So there's no spreads on futures, man. You don't get spreads. You pay commissions. So the price you buy it will be the price you get depending on liquidity. So if you're trading something like London or New York, you click buy at 1963.2. It's the exact price you're getting for that. You just pay $5 per contract that you trade. So you don't have to worry about poor fills. Again, spreads is also one of the big reasons why I did leave the FX world behind. Because I was sick of getting screwed on spreads all the time. Hey, I just came across your channel 5 minutes ago. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Do I only trade gold? Yeah, so I'm only trading gold on in London and Asia. We're just trading gold futures. I still look at a few currency futures. You know, like I can always still look at like the pound or something like that. You know, look at the pound. You know, you can look at the euro as well. Oh, look at that. I actually played out quite nice. I don't know when I drew that, but I played out quite nice. When did I draw that? I must have drawn that yesterday. Look at that. Very nice. When was that from? Did I draw it from yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, yeah. Nice little push. I didn't even trade pound futures, but yeah, lovely. But yeah, my main focus is gold, man. I mean, only retrading gold. That's kind of why another reason why I moved to futures is if I'm only really going to be trading gold, it makes no sense for me to trade it on a forex firm. You know, if I still want to trade like, you know, pound yen, something like that, then, you know, I would still trade FX, but I'm only really trading gold, and, you know, we can still look at some currency futures as well. But yeah, for me, it's mainly goldy. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, get on it, man, get on it. One of the only good prop firms that actually wants to see traders do well out there. I feel the max daily limit. Do you need to retake the combine? No. So if you hit the daily limit, that's not a rule violation. You just have to stop trading for that day. So it used to be a rule violation where if you hit your max daily loss, then that's kind of you've broken a rule. You have got to pay for a reset. But no, for now, if you hit your daily max loss limit, that's just you out for the day and you come back again tomorrow. But you should be very careful getting anywhere even near to close to hitting your daily loss limit. Like, for me personally, if I get to like maybe 50% of my daily max loss limit, I will reduce my position size by half. And I have to basically earn the rights to be able to trade full position size again, because I don't want to hit my max loss, because it's pretty frustrating being locked out and not being able to trade for the day. But it's a good thing. Having daily max loss limits is definitely a good thing, and especially that it's not a rule violation. But I will do as much as I can to not hit it. And if I get back down to, like break even, amazing, I'll take a full position again. If I take another loss and I go to like 75%, I'll reduce my position size again. I'll kind of try and get my way back down, or I'll just stop trading and wait for me to get back in the zone. But yeah, I think the daily loss limit, the fact that it's not even a rule violation, but it's there, keeps you in check very, very well. Max loss limit on the Express one account. Can we reset the Express one account? But yeah, no. You don't have to buy a whole new account again. You just pay for a reset. Sorry, man. I thought you meant the daily loss limit. No, you don't. You don't pay for a brand new challenge again, like all these other FX firms that milk you for every penny. You pay for a reset, and you could be funded again by the end of the week. Look at this hourly. Look at this. It's gonna flip bullish. Look at this 5. This 5 minute is, if it breaks above this level, you may consider it, but it needs to close above. So slow. I'm used to trading New York. Yeah, Asia's very slow today, man. Usually Asia does have good, better moves like this, but we're just in this little range for now. I mean, it's never going to be as volatile as New York, but yeah, we used to usually catch some good scalps on Asia, which can still come in at any point. The thing is with gold and Asia, like, it could look slow, and all of a sudden you get like one strong 5 minute close like this, and then this thing just runs like 50 plus ticks. You just need that volume and that breakout. So we just need to pass the challenge once, and once they expect funded account, we can just reset the funded account. So if you pass the combine, then you become funded, and then if you break a rule on the funded, you just go back to the one-step combine, and then you get the funded account again. You don't have to. Then actually, you just pay for the reset. It used to be a 2-step challenge. When you got funded, if you broke a rule, you wouldn't go back to step 1, step 2, and then funded again. You just go back to just step 2 and then funded again. But they got rid of phase 1, so it's literally just a 1-step process. So if you have a funded account and you break a rule for whatever reason, and you're back on the combine, you literally could essentially be funded again by like the end of the week, which is pretty incredible. Like I say, not that that's ever the goal. But yeah, it's good to know. I think it's just good to know that the resets are there at any point, and you don't have to pay on FTMO like $1,000 every single time. You just pay for a reset. Man, why would you do that? On my coffee cup, they wrote what it is on the top, and it's fucking smudged on my nose. Why would you do that? What nights would you trade New York? Whenever there's news, I'll watch the markets. If there's not news, I'll still watch it. And I only really trade it if I don't get a trade in Asia and London. I'll watch it. Sometimes if I do get a trade in Asia and London, I still like to watch it with the guys in Discord. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Gold's just range. Give me 2 seconds. Are you still Express Funds account, or did you already get? So I have. So I'm still on a. I'll show you this one here. I have one combine, and one funded, but I haven't traded the funded. I refused to touch it in August. What is this? Okay. What was I saying? But yeah, like I can have like a max of like 3. So when I first got my first one, it was only 50 because I was testing it all out. But then I realized that like you can only have 3 accounts, 3 express funded accounts, regardless of the size. So it was like pointless me having 150. I would just rather go for like have 3 150s to have a max of 450 and having 150, 100. But now it's also difficult for me because I'm gonna have one on TradeAvate and then another on a different platform, and then as well as trying to juggle personal, so it's a little bit difficult. So I'm kind of hoping that they bring back like being able to trade on TradingView and a broker that will allow like copy trading. So to go on to the live funded account, so with the Express, you still obviously get your payouts from that. Don't think you don't get your payouts. So you still get payouts from the Express account, but like I say, TradeAvate is one of the only prop firms, and I truly mean that's the only reason I talk about TopStep. Just switch that. No, don't apologize at all, man. So yeah, you still get payouts from the Express funded account. And then they'll help you move on to a live account once you've proved consistency on that Express account. If you want to move it over to a live, yeah, amazing. If you don't, you just want to keep staying on the Express funded account, then amazing. But they want to help you become as good of a trader as you possibly can by literally moving you onto a live account. So obviously on the Express, technically it's still demo, you could say, but you'll still get payouts from that. You'll still be able to withdraw any money that you do make on that Express funded account. And you can withdraw like 50% at a time. So if you make like 10,000, you can withdraw 5,000. That other 5,000 is still yours. It's just a buffer. And if you want to withdraw it again later on, then you can do that as well. And you can keep like up to 100% of the first 10,000 that you make. But because it's only 50% at a time, that doesn't mean that 50% that's left isn't yours. It is yours. They just want you to keep it in there as a buffer to help you do things that real traders would actually do, which I think is good. Or if you just want to withdraw all of it and close the account, then you can do that as well if you really wanted to. Not that I would say it's a good idea, but if you really wanted to be like, you know what, let me just close the account, let me get 100%, then that's up to you. But that's the only reason that I decided to switch to TopStep and decided to be able to work with them and promote them, because I think what they offer is amazing, that they actually want to see traders do well. You don't find it in any other FX prop firms. Well, not any, but ones that I've tested anyway. They don't care about you becoming a good trader at all. Whereas TopStep do. You can even get coaching with like some of the ex-floor traders, which is again incredible as well. Even that in itself is invaluable. We get a nice push here on gold. I really want to see it just close out of this range. 15 still respecting the support. 30's closed bullish, about to push higher. I'm kind of looking to see if we can get involved in this 30 flip up. My concern is that we haven't grabbed these lows. There you go. 30 starting to flip now. We've got 18 seconds here. Oh, don't go. So if we get a nice close here, you're going to have stops at like 9 ticks. First TP is going to be at like 10. But we just haven't grabbed any lows. Which is fine. We don't have to grab these lows yet. If you come and grab the highs first, then these lows are going to get left for the London session pretty well. Alright, you got a nice closure there. Do you like Apex? No, not really. The drawdown rules make no sense to me. TopStep obviously has drawdown rules, but the Apex drawdown rules, it is so confusing. Until I max out TopStep or something, I'm not really going to focus on any other firm. I need this to retrace. This 15 is going to be nice here. So we're going to be... some of the guys in the community tried to use Apex as well, and they had problems with the drawdown rules. It's very, very tight. pushing down here. I'm just gonna see if we can see a potential push back up in a second. That's like demo view. You can still, so you can still get payouts from it, because it's like any funded account. You know, even when I used to trade FTMO, I don't ever believe that it's actual real money. I think it all goes into a pool, and you kind of get paid out of that pool. But with TopStep, you know, eventually they will put you onto that live account. This is 5 minutes just pushing down here. I'm seeing if it's going to flip up. So there's actually finally we've had a nice little 5-minute breakout. It's the first breakout we've kind of seen all morning. This is the nicest push we've seen all morning. Look at this 30. So the difference between the live and express, so the express, like I say, isn't giving you live funds to trade, but with the live account, yeah, they'll help you build that live account and use profits from the express to put into your live account to keep growing that as well, because they want you to trade with them long term, and the more money you make TopStep, the more they'll actually work with you. Ooh, 5 minutes just breaking its own high here. Let me see. The range is just so shit, but it's actually just created a bottom wick, re-breaking its own high. So if you were to get in like this, what would your stop be? Stop's going to be around 9 ticks, and your TP is going to be 8. Oh, the range. Gold's difficult. I want to take this higher, but the range is just so small. It's very, very tricky. Very, very tricky. Like the risk to reward to take the break of this high, you know, your stop has to be here, and you got to be break even. Or once we look at these highs, it's like it's not even a 1-to-1. So but we actually get a nice push. You may even get a nice 15 close. If the 15 close is nice and strong, then where could we see as the next TP? Let me just see if it's going to be worthwhile, because we're going to get a pretty nice 30 closure here in a second. So the next level, I mean, there's so much noise here, but the next level is kind of going to be up here. You may have a trade in a second. If we get a nice closure here, then an instant bottom wick, I'll consider a trade here. This 5 minute though is almost fulfilling the whole highs of this range, but it's, again, the more you start to throw rejections from this resistance, the more likely you're going to see retails doing something like this. So I wouldn't mind buying up into their liquidity. It just has to make sense. It has to be a worthwhile risk to reward. So I can have my stops below the 5 minute low now. Let's see. Contract size 150 10 contracts on gold. If I'm trading Nasdaq, like 2 to 5, but on gold 10. Because if I catch, like say if you caught longs from here to here, 17 ticks, 10 contracts, that's 1,700. It's different on the. It'll be different when once I trade the express, because you have to scale up the contract size. So I may even just save it for just trading Nasdaq. Maybe, I don't know. Alright, 15 is going to close in like 14 seconds here. We're closing back above this level. 30 is closing back above this resistance. So the next level on the 30 is kind of going to be, you know, all the way back up here. 22 ticks, amazing. I'll take that. So let me just see if we get a nice closure here and an instant bottom wick. If we get an instant bottom wick, we can look for some longs. Instant top wick, not ideal. So 15 and 30 have all closed pretty nice here. Like I say, I would have preferred if this was instantly pushed down, to be honest, because then that could be the bottom wick to reflip back up, and I'll take the break of the highs, and my stop will be below wherever that low is going to be. But this is the first push we've kind of seen all morning. Takes 5 losses to lose the account. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't trade 10 contracts. Like it's taken me a while to be able to get to a level where I can allow myself to trade 10 contracts. Like, you know, my biggest losses have always, even when I'm trading 10 contracts, has always been less than 1%. I've only in the past 3% hit a 1% loss once, and that was due to a poor fill, and that was minus 15 ticks, which is minus like 1,500. Other than that, you know, for the most part, you know, 13 I was still less than 1% there. For the most part, like I'm minus 800, minus 400, 100, 300. And for me, I never take any more than even 2 losses in a row. So I allow myself to trade 10 contracts based off my data. But if you don't have this type of data, then yeah, you obviously don't want to just go trade 10 contracts. It's way too risky. So last time I took 2 losses in a row was like minus $400, and that was back in June. Then again, you know, minus 1,100, still always less than 1% risk. If I didn't have this data, then absolutely I would never trade 10 contracts. But I'm very refined with my trade management. Like I haven't let a trade hit full stop in a very long time. Alright, so 5 minutes, so 30 just created a bottom weight there, kind of re-breaking it. Oh, this range is just too shit to trade. What I mean by that is, like, when I say the range is too shit to trade, like, we have resistance right here. So if we jump in longs, you know, we have to be break even at like 3 ticks, which is just it's just too tight. Which is a shame, because I mean, unless you get like a, so if this 5 minute doesn't flip bullish and the next 5 minute instantly grabs the previous 5 minute low, then amazing. Then you can look for longs, and it's going to be a little bit more worthwhile, and the risk reward will be nicer, and then you can look for that play up. But if we do flip in this current 5, I'm not going to take it because it's just too tight. It's too tight of a range. But if you don't flip, you leave this little low, we come and grab that low, amazing, I'll consider that. But yeah, if you trade 10 contracts, 150k account, that would be minus 45 ticks. For me, in a row, minus 45 ticks is almost never happens. I don't even really these days take more than like a 20 tick stop loss. But it's possible. Sometimes I will get in a trade with a 20 tick stop loss, but I'll cut my position way before that. So an example would be, you know, if I'm in longs here for whatever reason, let's just say I have longs here and I have, you know, my stop loss down here, and I'm looking at this level here. For me personally, and my bias is for this 5 minute to flip bullish and push up. Now, if this 5 minute doesn't flip close bullish and it closes bearish somewhere down here, then I'll cut the trade instantly. I don't hold on to my losses. I don't predict. I just react. You know, if I get in a trade with a 20 tick stop loss, doesn't mean I'm letting it go anywhere near that 20 ticks. Sometimes, you know, the markets don't give me the opportunity to cut it early, but almost every time I'm cutting my trades early. And for the most part, yeah, they always end up hitting full stop loss. Like last month in the Asian session, we took minus $400 loss, and that original stop was like minus 1,200. So we cut that trade early again, and it paid off. But that's the way you have to be reactive. You got to keep your losses small. Sticking to 1% risk per trade and always letting your stops hit 1% loss is very poor basic risk management. And that's not the way that you're going to keep your losses small. If your losses are always the same, how are they ever really small? So this 5 minutes not going to flip yet, which is good. If we can now come and grab the previous 5 minute low, I would look for some longs. If it's an instant bottom wick as well, amazing. So let's see. So we're instantly pushing up. We want to see this previous high respected. Like if the range was much bigger, I would easily look for longs now. But because it's Asia and this resistance is just above, it has to make sense. It has to make sense. But like I say, it's the first trading day of the month. If we do get a trade in the next 25 minutes, amazing. But if we don't, I'll wait for London. But let's see. We're not seeing bad volume. Watch for this double bottom down here later on in London though. I mean, for you guys on Zoom, we'll trade it together. But for you guys on YouTube, watch this double top and watch this double bottom. I think you're going to see this double bottom get grabbed pretty comfortably later on, and then you could be looking for some big pushes back up. But yeah, I'm still going to be on for like another 25 minutes. See if we get something. If we don't, I'm going to close the laptop and wait for London. But we do still have opportunity here. Let me just have a look at this future chart a little bit bigger. See what's properly going on here. Yeah, I mean, nothing to be honest. Unfortunately, it is just still ranging with no real liquidity grabs. If we have a look at the hourly, hourly's broken above. We're still at hourly resistance as well. What would that be? Could you flip it into the lows? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. No. So 30's closed above. Currently retesting. If this 30 closes back below, then you're probably driving to double bottom. See, look at this now. Pushing straight back down. So you've got to be very careful in these ranges. So you're grabbing that previous 5-minute low now, what I said. Now actually completely re-breaking through it. Potential, because this is hourly resistance, this could be a potential fake out. But again, I don't want to over-analyze too much. Gold's just ranging, unfortunately. We're still going to watch, because you still could get a scalp at any point. And a strong 5-minute closure in either direction, you could still catch that momentum. But look at that. That retracements, that push up is literally been completely retraced now. So it's the reason I'm not jumped in longs, it's the reason I'm not jumped in shorts. Sometimes it's so easy to get like, sometimes it's so easy just to have your charts drawn up like this and get so zoomed in on this. But it's like if you go to the hourly and zoom out, man, look at the volume in these hourly candles. But it's the first trading day of the week, the month, and post NFP as well, and post bank holiday. So it's expected that Asia may chop. But the more Asia does chop, the more I think you could see some pushes in London. Oh man, if this 5-minute was to flip bearish, then I would absolutely take this. I'll be surprised if it does, but if this 5-minute flips bullish, I will absolutely take the break to highs, because that could be a good amount of volume if that's going to have a push up. I'll be surprised if it does, but who knows? Gold can do anything. And that would be it. So you'd have what your stops would be 10 pips, and you could see I have a pretty steep drive. But it's all good. We're chilling. You know, we're not taking any trades. We're also not taking any losses. Goldie is just ranging, unfortunately. See what else we got going. Let me just have a look. But yeah, YouTube guys, just shoot over any questions whilst we wait. We've still got another 20 minutes here. If the market still look quiet for the next however long, we'll see. But overall today in London, if you can grab these lows, I think you could see gold retrace quite a nice big move up here. Like back up into on the futures charts at like 1975. But again, like I say, you need to come and grab these lows before seeing that potential retracement. And then you got what, unemployment claims on Wednesday, I believe. On Wednesday, look at that 5-minute now. Look at that. Ooh, so you got that 5-minute just closing bearish. If this 5 reflips, if this current 5 reflips bearish, you'll probably see it push into the lows, to be honest. Again, I unfortunately just don't think the range is worth it. You could short this now, down into them lows, yeah, 10 ticks. Because that 5 minutes closed nice and bearish now. You'd be shorting into the 15. Give me 2 secs, guys. I'm just going to charge my laptop because I'm going to go out after. Give me 2 secs. But yeah, YouTube fam, if we don't get a trade today, it's totally fine. We'll be back live again tomorrow, and then Thursday and Friday. I'm sure we'll have some sort of trade on stream this week, hopefully. Wait, you trade Forex futures as well, like Aussie futures? I do watch them, but I don't know, I just don't really, I just haven't really dived into like the position sizing, but yeah, and how they move. No, the only kind of main Forex pairs that I would trade used to be like pound yen, which yeah, you could still kind of trade like the pound and the yen on its own, but I used to hate trading pound US dollar, and I used to hate trading euro US dollar. So the only currency pairs that I did love to previously trade, I guess, was the Australian dollar, like euro AUD. Pound yen was always my favorite, so I could probably, you know, I could easily just keep watching the yen futures in the background as well, which is probably something we'll start doing a little bit more on stream. And just watching some currency futures as well. I was starting to watch a little bit of oil. I used to swing trade oil a lot, but from an intraday perspective, I don't like oil. Oil just moves way too wild. But I mean, yeah, like some of the guys, I don't think Harry's here today, but Harry always asks like great questions. Look at this, like we always do great analysis on the pound futures. So it's like I probably should start trading. Like, look at this. This is what we gave on the Friday call, and look at this. This is a huge drop, and then this line here is just this retracement, which is called on the Sunday market live stream as well. So it's like, yeah, these are pretty decent moves. So if I was to trade one, yeah, I'd maybe trade like I'd trade the yen, or yeah, I may stay even watching pound futures a little bit more. When do the most moves happen in what, London, I assume? So yes, US. What would London do? See, like nothing really. There's a huge move. Yeah, it's something I'll consider for sure. There you go, 5 minutes flipping bearish now as we expected. The range is too small. Let's see how this 15-minute closes. 15 minutes going to decide if we decide to stay on here or not. If the 15, you know, just does completely engulf, then that's when I'll consider staying on. Yo, Boston, what's going on, man? Good to have you back on the stream. Like I said, you could have taken this 5 flip, but again, you could be shorting like there. Stops just above this 5 minute, where you probably even have it just like basically break even now. Still 9 ticks. Yeah, see how this 5 is going to close in like 15 in like 30 seconds. But I'm not sure we're going to get a trade in Asia today, unfortunately. Which is fine. We'll just wait for London. But we have kind of called this nice little range pretty well. So I'm glad we haven't forced anything in this range. You know, I almost did get involved in these longs if you're going to see it re-break higher and come and grab this low and flip bullish, but it didn't actually do that. Good man, look for a short on AUD USD. Nice man. Yeah, nice big support there. 15, it just closed bearish, instantly pushing down. Yeah, cool. All right, I'm gonna let gold do its thing. I don't really see anything shaping up in the next 15 minutes, unfortunately, and that'll be my cut-off time for Asia. So Zoom, guys, I'll let you guys go, and I'll see you guys in like about 4 hours for the London session. So enjoy, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh, wait. And yeah, that's it, YouTube guys. I'm just gonna leave it there. You know, we could sit and scalp it, watch it for a little bit more, but I don't personally think it's worth it. Gold is unfortunately just ranging today in the Asian session, so yeah, I'm just gonna chill, go enjoy the rest of my morning, go have some lunch, and then come back again for the London session later on. But for you guys on Zoom, you know, we'll be back again in the London session tomorrow, Asia on Thursday, and then London again on Friday. So no trade today, but if you guys want to tune in, feel free to ask questions. Hopefully by the end of the week we'll still have another trade on stream, but yeah, I'm gonna go chill, go enjoy some sun, some time off the charts, and then come back later on. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Be smart, trade safe, and enjoy. Peace.